and gentlemen, it's time that we bring our meeting to order. Certainly thankful for all of you for coming and joining in with us. This is a meeting of the Northampton County Board of Commissioners this Monday, March 21st at 6 o'clock. We certainly want to say to you that we're here to take care of the business of our county. Behind me are the mission statement. I want you to know that each time we meet, we observe that mission statement. We're also looking at our vision statement. Behind me is likewise is our vision statement. Today, we come to take care of the business of our county. This time, I'd like for you to join me in a moment of silence, if you would. Thank you. At this time, if you'll please stand as we have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Board members, you were sent the agenda for this meeting. At this time, I'm going to ask you if there are any items that you would like to delete from the agenda. Are there any items you'd like to include on the agenda?
Chair Tyner, I would like to make a recommendation to include an item between 16 and 17. Recognition and compensation of interim county manager.
Any others?
Chairman Tanner, I'd like to just note that for tabs 9 and 10, our health director will be presenting tonight in the place of Ms. Megan Vick. It will be Mr. Andy Smith, the health director.
Mr. Smith said, bad as that. Are there any others? Board members, any others? If not, could I have a motion to approve the agenda? Corrections is given.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Commissioner Boones, second by Vice Chairman Faulkner. Any questions or any discussion? Not. All in favor, let know by usual sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo. Aye.
I Faulkner.
Aye, Boone.
Let's have it. Motion is carried. Thank you so much. Commissioner Buffalo, will you please read the conflict of interest statement?
In accordance with the rules of procedures adopted by this board in section 153A-44 of the North Carolina General Statutes, it is the duty of every member present to vote on all matters coming before the board, unless there is a conflict of interest as determined by the board or by law. Does any board member have a conflict of interest with respect to any agenda item coming before the board today? If so, please identify the conflict and the board will consider the matter.
Board members, do anybody have a conflict?
No conflict, Buffalo.
No conflict.
No conflict. Boone.
No conflict, Faulkner.
No conflicts. And let us go on. There will be one conflict that I'll have because there's something on this agenda about me. Attorney, don't I have to?
My recommendation is that you recuse yourself from consideration and voting on that matter.
Thank you. I will. Okay. At this time, we'll look at tab number 5. We've got our attorney who's working with us.
Thank you, Chairman Tyner. My apologies. Before the board are 2 action items under this tab in order for the new courthouse project to proceed and get underway. The first matter is a proposed capital project ordinance. North Carolina law requires that capital projects require the adoption of a project ordinance before the project may begin. The ordinance must contain these components in which the proposed version before you does. Number 1, it has to identify the project, which is the project is obviously our new courthouse project. It has to authorize its undertaking. This ordinance does that. Number 3, it must identify the revenues that will finance the project. The total amount of revenues in this project ordinance is the $14 million that was appropriated from the North Carolina state budget. And finally, it must make appropriations necessary to complete the project. Section 3 of the ordinance does so, appropriating a total amount of $14 million consisting of which is comprised of the courthouse complex, construction contingency, fees and reimbursables, furniture, fixtures and equipment, the land purchase reimbursement, and the fund balance reserve. All that totals an even $14 million. It is my recommendation that the board adopt the ordinance as presented. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Board members, before we adopt this, are there any questions? Not, could I have a motion that we approve this ordinance?
I make a motion that we approve the project ordinance appropriating funds and resolution awarding construction contract for the new.
I'm sorry, Madam Chair, that's
Just
just
the
the ordinance.
Ordinance, gotcha.
Okay,
That's the next step.
okay. Do I have a second on the audience? Second, Buffalo. Then the question in discussion. Not all in favor, known by you saying aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
Faulkner.
I Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Now, may we continue on with the resolution of awarding contract.
Yes, sir. The second item is a proposed resolution awarding the construction contract for the new courthouse. As detailed in the resolution, our hired architect solicited bids for the construction. In the attached bid tabulation you received, a total of 7 bids were submitted. The lowest being from A.R. Chesson Construction Company, Inc., in the total amount of $10,775,500. Oakley Collier has reviewed the bid, found it to be in compliance with the construction requirements, and has recommended in writing that this board approve the low bid submitted by A.R. Chesson. So the proposed resolution does 3 things. Number 1, it awards the contract to A.R. Chesson Construction Company for the stated low bid amount. It authorizes the chair and our new county manager to execute all necessary documents to effectuate the award of the construction contract. And C, it authorizes and directs A.R. Chesson to proceed immediately with the project upon the adoption of the resolution. Happy to answer any questions.
Questions? No question? Got all the information in your pocket. May I have a motion then that we award this contract?
Chairman Town, I make a motion that we award the construction contract for new county courthouse.
Second.
Proper second that we award the contract. Any questions in the discussion? Not all in favor, the known by you sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
I Boone.
Faulkner.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. let me add a little something to that for those who are attending here in our bank, Southern Bank. We do have $14 million in the bank. $14 million is in the bank. The construction will probably start within the next 30 days. We will start this construction. So I just want everybody to know that we have awarded this contract because we do have the money in the bank. Okay, where we continue on Albemarle Regional Library Agreement. Mr. Davis, yes,
Thank you for letting me come before you.
yes.
Commissioners, I have Ms. Lily Purnell here who can probably answer more questions about the Northampton Library than I can. I know that she can answer more questions about the Northampton Library than I can. I'm the director of Albemarle Regional Library, and we're at renewal season. Every 10 years, each agency that has a library within the system has to agree to continue the arrangement we have where Albemarle Regional is the overall body, and we have a county library here, of course, in Jackson with Northampton Memorial. And I understand you have the contract. I just ask that you would consider passing to sign that to remain as part of Albemarle Regional Library. We've been had an association going back to 1968 when NML joined ARL. And of course, anyone who is a patron of Northampton Library can use any of the other constituent libraries, and so we try to provide services. But I think you also know that we have possibly one of the most active and vibrant branches here in Northampton County under Ms. Purnell's leadership and her staff. And I just ask that you would consider signing that and letting us continue the agreement for the next 10 years. I can answer any questions, or as I said, Ms. Purnell, if you have questions about the specific branch.
Board members, for the presentation, are there any questions? Asked? Not, could I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the agreement to allow Albemarle to continue their Albemarle Regional Library to continue the partnership with Northampton County.
Second.
Moving proper second that we approve this contract. Are there any questions in the discussion? If not, all in favor? Yes.
I don't have a question, an observation. As born and raised Northampton County, it's been a long time since I've seen the activity of our youth around the library. I want to commend Ms. Purnell and her staff for all that they do beyond the normal office operating hours of the library to get the young people back into the love of reading. Reading opens doors, and the camaraderie and just the fellowship that I see happening at that library is to be commended. And I'm just thankful that our students,
Looking at
and
the
our
reason right there and her staff.
people have that
You got-
opportunity.
you
It's outstanding, outstanding.
You can clap your hands. Outstanding. Are there any other? All in favor, no, but you sign aye.
Aye.
Aye, Faulkner.
Let's have it. Motion is carried. Thank you so much.
I appreciate
Thank you for
Thank
all
you
that you're doing. And we do know that you got some people who are pulling for you on this board. They want to see our library be better and how we can improve it. And I know you need some money. So I know you do. I know you do. And we're looking forward to helping you do that, especially for this summer. Okay? Okay. At this time, we have a partnership, a request from Roanoke Connect Holdings. And I'm gonna ask if our attorney will likewise do that for us.
Yes, sir. In your board packets, commissioners, you have a letter dated February 25th of 2022 from Kathy Davidson, who's the Chief Financial Officer of Roanoke Connect Holdings, where she is requesting that this board accept this letter and affirm their request to enter into a partnership in pursuing funding opportunities from state and federal governments. So I think they are seeking grant funding, and they asked for this board's support in that endeavor.
Let me just add to that, we've met with them and they are certainly trying their very best to hook this entire county up. We have internet and that we would have it so that it won't go out. And they've already started on the eastern end of the county. They are coming up with a plan to involve every household in Northampton County. So in the days to come, we'll be looking for them for a plan that we can move from the east all the way up to the western end of our county. It is certainly needed. This is just one company that have approached us in the last 3 weeks about coming to our county. And we invite them all to come, first serve, to make sure that we do have hookup for internet. Could I have a motion on this, or there's no other discussion? There any other discussion? Could I have a motion?
So move. Second.
Moved and proper second that we would certainly participate with Roanoke Connect. Are there any questions?
I don't have any questions.
Yes.
And as you all know, the federal government is putting a lot of money into trying to ensure that all of America is connected to the internet in a sufficient manner. If you get those surveys to ask about your home, if you run a business in your home, please say that you run a business, because that requires a little bit more internet capabilities. They're not going to check and see if you have a business ID, but just let them know you do some business things within your home. And if you have an elderly person, make sure that they fill out the survey for their homes, because what I'm finding is many people are now getting those smart TVs and are able to detach from some of those high cable bills. So the awareness that some people would have, if you have high-speed internet access, you can do those things. And more so our educational endeavors, our students and our staff. We still have people in desert areas, and it's hard to do schoolwork either as an adult or a young person if you don't have that high-speed internet. And as the president said, people shouldn't have to go to McDonald's to do their homework. And in some areas, that is what they're having to do. So just make sure you watch out for surveys. If you have them, please take them so they know where our deserts are.
Any other? All in favor? Let it be known by you, sign aye.
Aye.
I, Buffalo.
Faulkner.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you so much. And now we shall continue on, and we going to hear from, we have a candidate for Northampton County Economic Development Commission and North Carolina Tourism. And that person is Mary Faison. Mary Faison has given us an application. She'd like to join both of those boards, and we do have vacancies on those boards, and she have asked to consider her. She'd be considered for those boards. Board members, what is your pleasure on that?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval for Mary Faison to be appointed to the board as previously mentioned.
Okay. Could I have a second?
Second.
Moving proper second. We would entertain Mary Faison to be a part of the boards as mentioned. Are there any question in the discussion? Not all in favor, let it be known by usual sign aye.
Aye.
I, Buffalo.
Faulkner.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you, board members, so much. As we continue on, we at this time going to ask that Griff will please come forward.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
The first item on the agenda for you guys to consider is to allow the health department to purchase a vehicle using state agreement addenda fundings. Basically, this is agreement addenda 543, which is used to enhance and protection activities. We got 3 bids, and the one that we would like to go with is actually from White Motors. It's a 2021 Ford Expedition. The total price is $73,487.27. The reason we would like to go for that one is because they currently have it on the lot. And the other 2 at Vestra, they told us they would have to order them. And we have to have the money spent by May 31st of 2022. So we have to move on this pretty quickly. And again, this is an approved expense under this agreement addenda. We've double and triple checked with the state. And we just asked respectfully to get your permission to use this money.
Got it. They got the money, boy.
Yeah, I move approval, Mr. Chairman.
Move proper second. If we approve this, he's got the money. He gonna buy the vehicle.
And
Let
like I
him
say,
go with it.
they have it sitting on the lot. That's why we want to
Yeah,
spend
yes,
$2,000
sir. Yeah, yeah.
extra.
You don't sit on your lot.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
And
Okay, the moving proper second, all in favor, let it be known by you sign aye.
I, Buffalo.
I Boone.
Hi, Faulkner.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Yes, sir. The next item is that we're asking for you to allow us to give a small raise to our contract nurse. Since she's a contract, she is not subject to any cost of living raises, bonuses, or merits, or county benefits. And she's been making about $22 an hour for the last 3 years, and we would like to respectfully go up to 25 to give her, because she's been a vital part of our team and has done a lot of great work, especially around COVID-19. We have the money in our budget, won't be asking for any funds.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I need.
Yes, sir.
All right, board members, any question you want to ask Ms. Smith? Board members.
Chairman, I move approval of the request to give the traveling nurse an increase.
Okay,
Second.
proper second, that we give the nurse the increase. Any question, any discussion? Question, any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by you sign aye.
Aye.
I, Buffalo.
Hi, Faulkner.
I Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Smith. Thank you for all you're doing. Yes, sir. Sheriff, you came in at the right time, Sheriff. You just came in the right time. We just get ready to skip over you. Come on. Okay, I hear you.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening, Sheriff.
First of all, I would like to thank this honorable board for giving me this opportunity to appear before you today. I'll be very brief because I know most of you have had a long day on your regular job, but I stand before you and I want to apologize in behalf for the state of North Carolina in that this grant that I'm asking this board to approve, they only gave us like less than 30 days to get it in and come from DPS, and we had very limited time. And you all see what was in that package. So I got it together as quickly as I could. And last week, I was out of town serving on another board in the western part of the state. I'm here before you to ask that you all approve of the COVID-19, and this is a support for the county confinement facilities. It's actually $87,760 instead of the $85 that they have on the memorandum. This money will be dispersed out of state, and there's no refund or no upfront. It's totally free for the detention center, and this is part of the COVID relief program. So Northampton County stands to gain $87,768 to use for the Northampton County facility, COVID-19, and anything pertaining to the inmates at the sheriff's disposal and the sheriff's will. And I'm asking this board to approve this because it doesn't cost us a penny and we don't have to pay it back. We just need the approval of the board, finance department. And we need to get this in by the March the 31st, 2022. Again, I apologize to this board for the state only giving us less than 30 days to get this in, but we had no choice in it.
We ain't got no, you don't have to apologize. You just get the $86,000. 87. Lord, I wrote it down wrong. 87. Oh, yes, 87. Board members, you got any questions you need to ask the sheriff, because it means that the sheriff budget next year, he's gonna be asking for $87,000 less. Get this man here, so he gonna get it. Just what you said.
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the request for $87,600 for NCDHS COVID-19 support for county confinement facilities.
Thank you. Moved and properly second. We support the sheriff and his grant for $87,000. Are there any questions in the discussion? Question in discussion? All in favor, the known by usual sign, aye.
Aye.
Buffalo.
Guy Faulkner.
Aye.
I have it. Motion is carried. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you so much. And this honorable board, as Mr. Tanner will know, we also are in the process of getting, I think it's 84,000 or 85 that I sent to you last week. Same notice, but it's we don't have to pay that back either. That is to be used to help fight crimes up there. And thank you for working on, yes, ma'am.
That's 186, 86. Oh, good gracious.
Yeah,
Can you add that? I can subtract that from your budget.
about 75.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Chairman Tyner, if I will.
Yes.
And you just stated about fighting crime. In our community, there's been an uptick on people stealing gas.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think three vehicles in Rich Square over the weekend. Where are we with the camera installation?
The camera installation, as I've been keeping in contact with Mr. Tanner since he was the county manager at that time, it's been approved by the board, obviously, and we have asked that they're supposed to submit 3 names or 4 names for the bid companies, and only one has replied, and at Mr. Tanner's direction, we've asked them to move forward because we've waited several months and nobody else will even give us a bid on it. So we only got 1 bid. And
So when would that be? What she's asking?
yeah, we reached out to them and they said that they are in the process of contacting them now. So it's hard to get people in Raleigh to pin them down. So we'll do it in 20 days, 30 days. But I have assured them that we are waiting. They have assured us that they're going to get on it with that just 1 bid. Obviously, that company has it. And so we are at their disposal. We are waiting on, hopefully within the next 30 to 60 days. It's been a long process.
Yeah,
And you know, when you're competing with people like Raleigh and that has super big business that we are going against those that installing cameras in Raleigh, Durham, Charlotte, places like that. And our money that we're putting forth is small fries compared to what they are doing. They just like anybody else. They are getting the ones that have the big bucks. But they promised me that they will get to it and hopefully we'll have it done within the next 60 days. It's too bad we can't twist their arms, and I've been forwarding the emails to Mr. Tanner as well. Every time we contact him.
when you said that about crime,
I'm sorry.
you said about crime, it just reminded me of.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And you
It
know,
hasn't gotten hot yet. So when it gets hot, you usually have an uptick. So
yes,
thank you so much.
yes, ma'am. Hopefully gas prices will go down. There'll be no need to go steal it. We'll get back down about $2 a gallon. They won't have to steal it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff. Rhonda Taylor was coming to talk about Medicaid transportation.
Good evening, Chairman Tyner,
Good evening.
Vice Chair Faulkner, Commissioner Buffalo, Dr. Edwards, Commissioner Boone, and our new county manager, Mr. Phillips. How you doing? Okay, today I stand before you to request. I'm requesting that we provide Medicaid transportation drivers with an increase of 10 cents per mile. According to the drivers, the rising gas prices are affecting their ability to transport clients to their medical appointments. We gave the drivers a 5 cents per mile raise in July of 2021, but did not know that the gas prices was going to double. I am asking to raise the rate until we see some relief at the gas pumps. There will not be a cost for the county because Medicaid transportation is 100% reimbursable. I am providing the rate chart for you for your review. And if you could see the column all the way to the right is the old cost that was at 50 cents per mile. We raised it in July 50 to 55 cents per mile. And now I'm requesting a 65 cents per mile. These are the locations of the medical appointments, the number of miles, and that is the rate that we charge. This will not, we cannot increase the aging transportation because that is on a different scale, but this is Medicaid is 100% reimbursable.
That is another report coming to us that won't cost taxpayers in Northampton County any money. What is your position on this, board member?
Mr. Chairman, I move approval of the request to increase the drivers at the 10 cent per mile.
Could I have,
Second.
So needed.
thank you. Moved and proper second that we would increase it 10 cents mile. Are there any question in the discussion? Not all in favor, that known by usual sign aye.
Aye, Buffalo.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Hi, Boone.
As have it, motion is carried. Continue on,
Okay, the next item is a proclamation on behalf of myself and the staff. On behalf of myself, Rhonda Taylor, Director of the Northampton County Department of Social Services, and the DSS board members, Steve Jackson, Chairman, Dr. Kelvin Edwards, Vice Chair, and board members Patsy Tan, Sylvia Vincent, and Terry Harris. We would like to thank all of the social workers for their hard work and dedication to our agency. The work that they do is extremely important and sometimes exhausting, but they continue to go the extra mile to assure that the health and safety and well-beings of our children, elderly, and disabled adults in our county are addressed. It takes a special person to work as a DSS social worker. Our Child Protective Services workers, could you please stand up? Some of them came today. Could you please stand as I call your name? Our supervisor for Child Protective Services is Teresa Gillum. We have Tamika Melton Beal. We have Melinda Motley. We have Ms. Karen Mooring, Ms. Beverly Davis, Ms. Rakia Garner, and Deneen Whitaker, and our honorary social worker, Leanne Parks. She takes the intake reports. They provide services which include, but are not limited to, investigating child abuse, neglect, and dependency, in-home services, foster care, adoption services, and foster home licensing. Thank you, ladies. Our adult services staff consists of Supervisor Evelyn Joyner, Kia Jones, Angie Smith, please stand, Angie Smith, Suzanne Davis, Juanita Davis, Laura Spadarico, Renee Mallard. Oh, Lakeisha, I'm sorry. She's our newest one, I apologize. And Lakeisha Garrett, I'm sorry. The services that they provide are adult protective services, where they investigate abuse, neglect, and exploitation in community and facilities. They offer other services such as in-home aid services, guardianship, adult daycare, adult day health, community alternative program for disabled adults, special assistance in-home. They monitor and evaluate assisted living facilities. They provide adult placement services and consumer-directed services. Please join me in recognizing your Northampton County Department of Social Services social workers with the following proclamation. You can be seated. Social Worker Month 2022 proclamation. The time is right for social workers, for social work. Whereas the social work profession for decades has been dedicated to improving human well-beings and enhancing the basic needs of all people, especially the most vulnerable among us, particularly during the global pandemic. Whereas this year's Social Work Month theme, The Time is Right for Social Work, embodies how social workers rose to meet the most pressing challenges of all of our lifetimes, the COVID-19 pandemic. Even as our nation continues to grapple with systematic racism, economic inequities, global warming, and other crises. Whereas social workers are the largest group of mental health care providers in the United States and work daily to help people, whether in person or remotely, overcome substance abuse and disorders and mental illnesses such as depression and anxiety. Whereas social workers have always helped people overcome issues such as death and grief, and help people and communities recover from increasing natural disasters such as fires, hurricanes, earthquakes brought on by climate change. Whereas social workers have helped this nation live up to its values by successfully advocating for equal rights for all, including Black, Indigenous, people of color, those who are LGBTQA, religious groups, and others. Whereas the social work profession is one of the fastest growing careers in the United States, with more than 715,000 social workers today and nearly 800,000 professionals expected to be employed as a social worker by 2028. Whereas social workers have continued to push for changes that have made our society a better place to live, including a livable wage, improved workplace safety, and social safety net programs that help ameliorate poverty, hunger, and homelessness. Whereas social workers possess the necessary expertise to assist our nation in some of its most demanding concerns, including their health and well-being, not only during the pandemic, but at all times, ensuring equal rights, improved healthcare and mental health care for all, and immigration reform. Whereas social work in all facets of our society to meet people no matter their circumstances and empower them to live to their fullest potential. Now, therefore, in recognition of the numerous contributions made by America's social workers, I, Rhonda Taylor, Director, proclaim this month, 2022, as National Social Worker Month, and call upon all citizens to join the National Association of Social Workers and the Northampton County Department of Social Services in celebrating the support of social worker profession. And I would like for you all to accept this proclamation on behalf of the commissioners as well, because our social workers do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gotta adopt this. Could I have a motion, we adopt this proclamation?
Mr. Chairman, I move adoption of the Social Work Month 2022 proclamation. The time is right for social work.
Second,
Buffalo,
yes, sir.
okay, then question, discussion.
Not a questions, Mr. Chairman, just a comment. I see the president of the DSS board out there, Mr. Jackson, and to the wonderful ladies, because I don't see any gentlemen that stood up. We thank you for all the hard work that you do. And your leadership, Mrs. Taylor.
All in favor, let nobody use sign aye.
Aye.
Faulkner.
I Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. I'm going on a limb right now. Commissioner, I hope you will forgive me. It's not rehearsed, but I do want to say to the social workers, thank you for all that you do in Northampton County. From our youngest to our oldest, you are there. In this Northampton County where we know poverty is here, you know the needs are here. I want to thank you for all the time that you spend, weekends, you spend after hours, and making sure that our children and our adults are taken care of. I'm going on the limb right now. We haven't done the budget for next year, but we got a new county manager. We're gonna break them in right. And we want you to know, social workers, I want all of you to know, you will get a salary increase for next year. I don't know how much. I promise you, in our budget, looking at our budget and where we are, commissioners, we save so much money and things that we've done, and you all have even saved us money. I want to say you've been conservative. So I want to say to you, I do know, don't know how much yet, but we do know gas prices are going up, and you traveling and you got to come to work every day, and cost in the grocery store is going up. And we recognize that we got to look out for our own. We'll be a fool not to look out for our own. So I want you to know that we will be coming back in another 2 months, and we'll be talking about how much money we're gonna be able to give you as a raise. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're talking about that subject that we don't like to talk about, taxes. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am before you this evening to obtain the board's approval for releasing the refunds for ad valorem assessed in the amount of $3,076.07. There is a list attached of property owners who have appealed to me to appeal to you all to come to you all on their behalf. Board of Commissioners does have the authority to grant, release, and refund these due to 3 reasons. Those reasons are a tax imposed through clerical error, an illegal tax, or a tax levied for an illegal purpose. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners approve the request for the release and refunds in the amount of $3,076.07 for 12 appeals.
Or as you have the information in your package, are there any questions that you have? If not, I would like to have a motion at this time that we would grant these requests.
Every time I make a motion that we grant the request for release of refund for ad valorem taxes of the 12 appeals totaling $3,076.07.
Have a second?
Second.
Moved and properly second by one of the 3. Second. It was, are there any questions in the discussion? Not all in favor, let known by usual sign aye.
I, Buffalo.
Aye.
I Boone. I Faulkner.
Let's have it, motion is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. To the amendments, budget amendments. Doris Garner.
Good evening to Chairman Tyner, other board members that are present. We have before you 2 budget amendments tonight. The first one is from our agent department. It is to receive the $250 for senior for home delivered meals. And those funds come from Roanoke Electric. That's budget amendment number 25. Budget amendment number 26, also for home delivered meals in the amount of $5,000. And that's received from the Roanoke Valley United Way. That is all I have tonight.
Thank you, board members. You have the budget amendments as given. The questions before we ask for the motion? Not ask for the motion. Could I have a motion that we approve those 2 budget amendments?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and proper second, they will approve the budget amendments as given. Any questions, discussion? Not all in favor, let known by usual sign aye.
I, Buffalo.
Aye.
I Faulkner. I Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried.
Thank you.
This time we have a report from your past interim county manager. First, I'd like to introduce part of my report, our new county manager, Phillips. Phillips, we would have a word to say. This is the first meeting, been with us a week. And he's getting to know Northampton County. He's from the big county of Gates. I don't know where Gates County is. That's where he's from. He's come to join us. Now, Mr. Phillips.
Good evening, everyone, and I just wanted to say hello. Again, my name is Julian Phillips. I've been asked, you've been here for a week, you're still here, you're not leaving, and no, I'm not running, and it's hard for you to scare me away, and I'm just excited to be here. Everyone I've met been so gracious so far as providing information and direction and helping me to get my feet wet and get knee deep and neck deep in information. And look forward to continually working with each and every one of you and just excited to be a part of this county. You all are very proud of your county and I don't take that lightly. And that's a great thing to get that feel from each and every one that you care about your county. So I look forward to working for you and with you in the next years to come.
Thank you. Next board meeting, just before our board meeting, we'll give the citizens an opportunity to come in and shake hands with him and welcome him to the county. Likewise, all of head of departments, this coming up week, he will be setting up times with you that he can talk to you, get to know you. You can tell him all of your troubles and so forth. And I won't have to hear him, but he'll hear them and he'll answer. So we are excited about that. We're excited about our county. We're excited about the things that we're doing. As I leave that position, I do have a recommendations that I'd like to make at this time to this board and ask this board to adopt them. At this time, as the chairman of Northampton County Board of Commissioners and interim county manager, I'm requesting that the Board of Commission grant authorization to Mr. Julian Phillips, county manager, to execute the following: to continue to work staff as it pertains to the wastewater line project that will run from Gaston, NC to Lake Gaston, NC. To secure fund sources such as grants, USDA, state, and federal funding to assist in the completion of the wastewater sewer line project. To seek fund sources such as USDA and state and federal funds to assist in completion of the Lake Gaston Wellness Center project. To proceed with the construction of the new courthouse and NAS with the funds that Northampton County has received, requiring $5 million to move forward with the develop a workforce housing at $3 million in funds already acquired by Northampton County. And work with the sheriff department coming up with a plan for the Oldham prison within 30 days, April 21st, 2020, 22. Let me say to you, to all of you who do not know, we received the monies from the state of North Carolina, but we have also received from Washington, D.C., appropriation of $5 million more from Washington, D.C. to use for the courthouse project. We will have more about that. I'm supposed to, our representative Butterfield is coming to present that to us. Likewise, they've also, out of Washington, D.C., given us $3 million for workforce houses. So I want you to know that those are the two projects that we have received funds. We're just waiting for them to let us know what it is that we need to do in terms of getting those funds or when those funds will be with us. When those funds come, then all of our operations will be at the new courthouse. The new courthouse will be where our tax office will be. The courthouse will be where our register of deeds will be. The new courthouse is where our central office will be. When I say central office, county office would be. The present use buildings will be used for the following. For the present, where we have the register of deeds and the tax office will be used for the sheriff department. We contact the sheriff department, they need more space. Likewise, I want you to know that in the space that we are presently using now for administration, we plan to ask our health department as they expand their program to use that space to expand because they too are short in space. I also want you to know that the water project that we have, we also learned that we'll be starting to perhaps dig the lines and putting them down sometime in August. So all of those 200 plus citizens in our county who's waiting for water, I want you to know it's on its way. We heard from the engineer just this past week. He said that we probably can do that sometime about that time. Also want you all to know we consummated the deal for the NC Car project that the county now is receiving back. It's $1.8 million that was spent in that project. That we are now reached that deal. It's been closed, and we're glad that our attorney, along with myself and Mr. Edwards, worked on that deal, and we've got that closed, and that will be coming to us. Also want you to know that we have 2 other projects that will be coming to our county. They're looking at housing in our county. Not only will we be talking about the housing that we plan to do, and we haven't got all the federal regulations about it, but we have 2 other developers who are interested in doing housing in our county. One is 54 units of housing, individual housing, and that's on the western end of the county. And on the eastern end of the county, well, not on the east, that's on the west end too. We got another one looking at 46 housing units being placed there. So we want you to know that we're moving forward and getting some things done that we need to get done for our county. Lastly, let me also say to you that we're working on the Odom prison. We've got a date for our new county manager who have extensive background work in that area to work with us, bringing on us whatever we need to do to get that moving. Our sheriff will be working with him. They will look at how and bring to us a schedule of when we're going to start opening that up for inmates. So we want you to know that Northampton County is really on the move. For those of you who might not know, down at the Creasy site, Creasy School, we're working as hard as we can. You know, we opened the gym up now, trying to give those young folks something to do. And it's really working. We're trying now to open up other parts of the building. We're planning to go to have an agreement with the town of Rich Square and the county and work opening up that building because they're interested in a food program down there, daily senior program there. They're interested in some other kinds of things they want to do. And I think that's just good. You social workers are here. That'll be something good that we can provide in the Rich Square area. As we move around the county, we're looking at what we can do to improve our county. We will continue to work hard together to make sure we make those improvements. I want to welcome our new county manager. He's got a job to do. And this is a job. I mean, this is a job. Let me say it one more time. This is a job. And the county manager, God bless you. God bless you. Turning the ropes over to you. As you all know, the county government, when you're county manager, you have the ability to hire, you have the ability to fire, you have the ability to recommend to us the kinds of programs that you might think is best for our county. I certainly want to say to our county manager, we're going to work with you in helping us to make Northampton County a better place for all of us to live and to work and just to enjoy ourselves. So here again, as we move forward, we're working on a budget. As you all know, that our new county manager has just come on the scene. I'm gonna work with him on this new budget. And we're gonna work with him as we did last year. Last year, we did the very same thing and working out a budget. We're gonna be working with the heads of the departments. Heads of departments gonna be working with us. So all of you who are listening and you got things in your department that you think are priorities and you need to be concerned about it, please give it to the person who's head of your department, because we're going to work with them in doing the things we need to do. Remember, folks, we cannot do everything that everybody wants, but we're gonna do the best we can with the dollars we have. Want to say one more time, we plan to reduce tax this year again because of the fact we promised you that we were gonna do it. And because of the fact that the good Lord has been good to Northampton County. I said the Lord has been good to us. We're building, we're putting in water things that we have not taken a dime from taxpayers. We're going to build a new courthouse. We're not taking a dime from taxpayers. And we likewise plan to do Oldham Prison. It's going to generate enough money to take care of itself. So because of that, because you've been real fruitful with your spending, we find ourselves in good shape. Tax Department, I want to say to you, thank you for collecting back taxes. We've collected way over $1 million in back taxes in Northampton County. I'm talking about taxes were owed at least 2 years and further back, we have collected. Thank you for doing that. And I know it has not been easy, but thank you for all that you're doing. And we are going to continue to work with and try to do all we can to collect all of our back taxes. Thank you, citizens of our county. I want to say to you, thank you. Thank you for working with us. You might not agree with us all the time, but thank you for working with us. I want to thank you for giving us a chance to make a difference in Northampton County. That's what this board has been all about. Just want to make a difference in things that's happening in Northampton County. I came here to work with this board. I didn't come here to be county manager. That was something that was thrown upon me. And for 6 months, we didn't have a single applicant for county manager. Then all of a sudden, we got 4 applicants. And I was so glad the Lord will answer my prayer. Don't you think I'm mad tonight because I'm leaving this position? Bob, I want to say thank you for the hard work that you've done, because I didn't know, and you taught me. You gave me a fast lesson on what is expected out of county manager. And I want to say thank you for coming out of retirement to work with us in this, and with no more money than you charge us. Thank you so much. And because of that, in that line item, we got lots of money from this past year. Thank you so much for working with us. So I just need to say that to you all as I give up being the county manager, and I'm giving it over to Phil. Phil, God bless you. And you can have it. You can have it. Thank you so much. That is the report that I have to you, the county, to my commissioners. Commissioner, do you have any questions you want to ask about the things that I asked you to do? And I'd like for you to vote on the recommendation I give you, so that Mr. Phil will not have. Ms. Phillip will not have a problem in carrying out the things we desire to do. It won't be just from me, it will be from all of us, saying to him, these are things we want you to continue. Any questions, board member?
Make a motion that we approve the recommendations coming from our interim county manager regarding the items to continue working on and seeking funding towards, as mentioned previously.
Second.
Okay, been moved and properly second. We will adopt those recommendations given by the interim county manager. Any questions, any discussion? Not all in favor, let know by sign aye.
Aye.
Aye, Buffalo. Aye, Faulkner.
Hi, Boone.
Ayes have it, motion is carried. Thank you, board member. Congratulations, man. And we'll wish you.
Chairman Tyner, if you
Yes.
will, step down.
Correct.
Chairman Tyner, there's an honor bestowed upon honorable people in the state of North Carolina. And you are one highly deserving individual of the Order of the Long Leaf Cloud. From the state of North Carolina, Roy Cooper, Governor, reposing special confidence in the integrity, learning, and zeal of Dr. Charles R. Tyner, Sr. I do by these presents confer, and you all apologize. It's in that language. The Order of the Long Leaf Pine, with the rank of Ambassador Extraordinary, privileged to enjoy fully all rights granted to the members of this exalted order, which is the special privilege to propose the following North Carolina toast in select company anywhere in the free world. Here's to the land of the long leaf pine, the summer land where the sun doth shine, where the weak grow strong and the strong grow great. Here's to down home, the old North State. Signed, Roy Cooper, Governor, February 13th, 2022. Congratulations, sir. Congratulations.
Thank the state of North Carolina for the recognition, but I have not done what I've done for recognition. Done it because I was trained to do it. This is what the good Lord will have me to do. You, the citizen of Northampton County, I will continue as long as I live to give you the very best service that I possibly can. Thank you again for being here tonight. Thank you, commissioners. Thank you, commissioners. Thank you, staff. Thank you, Northampton County, for everything that you do, continue to do to make Northampton County a better place.
Board members, over the past few months, we have discussed amongst board members in closed session the fact that the work of a county manager and the work continued by Dr. Tyner throughout the time when we were absent a county manager. You all know, as Mr. Tyner just stated, all of the millions of dollars that our county, and when they say nothing is free, it came as a result of funds that were allocated at both the state level and the federal level for various projects. And because of the hard work of Dr. Tyner, running up and down the road to DC, to meetings in Raleigh, and to various other places across the state of North Carolina, they did not forget about Northampton County. If you don't sit to the table and you don't open your mouth, you don't get fed. And Northampton has been fed well because of the wonderful works of Dr. Tyner on behalf of the citizens of Northampton County and employees of Northampton County. As authorized by section 153A 84 and 153A 28 of the North Carolina General Statutes, I make a recommendation and move that Mr. Tyner be compensated in the amount of 65% of what would have been the county manager's salary, which reflects his increased compensation for the duration of his appointment as interim county manager for Northampton County, still leaving a saving to our county of 35% of what was in that salary. But that work of a county manager was not interim in the actions of Chairman Tyner. And again, this is authorized by sections 153A 84 and 153A 28 of North Carolina General Statutes. Board members, what's your pleasure?
I make a motion, Vice Chair.
Sorry,
Wait a
there is a
minute.
motion on the table. So is there a second?
Need a second.
Oh, second then.
It's been moved and properly second that we authorize by section 153A 84 and 153A 28 of North Carolina General Statutes to move that Mr. Tyner be compensated in the amount of 65%, which reflects his increased compensation for the duration, 65% of the county manager's allocated salary, which reflects his increased compensation for the duration of his appointment as interim county manager for Northampton County. It's been moved and properly sectioned. May I have a vote?
Aye.
I, Faulkner. It's been moved, properly second and voted upon. It is so. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chair.
We appreciate all the work you've done. I turn it back over to you, Chair Tyner.
Oh. Thank you. At this time, let me hear from the board members.
Citizen comments.
Citizen comments. Do we have a citizen comment? You don't? Since citizens don't, I'll have one for the citizen. Thank you to citizens of Northampton County for working with us and being with us. I promise you for the next 2.5 years I'm on this board, if the Lord let me live, I'll do everything in my power to look out for you, the citizens of our Northampton County. To all of you who are employed by Northampton County, you first. Did you just know that? But without you, we would not be able to do the work that we do. So we thank you for working with us. But I said to you earlier, I didn't know all of this would be this way. I said to you earlier, we will make sure that you too will be compensated for the things that you do for Northampton County. Thank you for all that you do. At this time, we would like to have remarks. Mr. Edwards, gentleman of this, I'd like for you to start out with remarks.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to say good evening to everybody. I want to welcome Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips, welcome to Northampton County. Look forward to working with you as you take the charge to move Northampton County forward. Until our Department of Social Service, just want to say thank you for all the hard work that you do. Let us continue to move forward and move Northampton County forward. Thank you.
Good evening, citizens. I echo my fellow Commissioner Edwards's remarks. Thank you, social workers, for all that you do. Appreciate you. And there are some flyers circulating out there. Please pass the word that USDA, we're trying to make sure that our citizens that are age eligible and income eligible, know that USDA is seeking to accept an application for them for home repairs. So if you know of someone who is in need of home repairs and they meet the criteria, there is a number that they can call, or they can contact USDA to complete an application for those home repairs. Or you can call me, 589-0092 or 365-0375, and I'll be happy to talk with you further about it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just want to say good evening to everyone, and thank you for coming out tonight to join in and share with us during our commissioners meeting tonight. Want to also welcome Mr. Phillips to Northampton County, and looking forward to working with you further and supporting you as well as you help to lead the county in our mission and our vision statement. Want to say thank you, Chairman Tyner, for all the hard work that you've done as our chair to the Board of Commissioners. I know it's not easy, the role that you played, but you did it, and so thank you. To all of our departments, Department of Social Services, our social workers, thank you for all of the work that you do on a daily and nightly basis for the citizens of Northampton County. Thank you to all of our other departments as well. I'm thinking about 4-H, because prior to this meeting, 4-H, well, I'm sorry, the Cooperative Extension Office had a partners meeting and sharing with their community partners the work that they're doing out in the community as well. And they brought in citizens to share from various departments within Cooperative Extension. And it was very heartwarming to hear their testimonies of how the Cooperative Extension has supported them here in Northampton County. And so I just want to say a great thank you to all of our departments, department heads, staff, how you go forth every day, every night in your work, and you're doing it. And we just want to say thank you. I don't have any other comments other than that. I like what you said, Vice Chair, about if you're not at the table, then you won't eat. And that reminded me, being that it is Women's History Month, it reminded me of the first woman to ever even seek a nomination for presidential office, Shirley Chisholm. And this quote that she made, she said, hey, if they don't give you a seat at the table, you take in your folding chair. And so, let's continue, Northampton County employees and staff. Let's advocate for our county. Let's advocate for the things that we want. Let's be at those tables. Let's be at those meetings. Let's advocate for the growth of Northampton County. When you hindsight and you look back at things, and I think about, what you said about Chairman Tyner going out and meeting with people. You can't be afraid to do it. You got to be bold. You got to go on out there and ask for what you want. You have not because you don't ask. But when you ask, you get it. So to God be the glory. And I just want to say thank you to all of our, again, staff. Thank you to the citizens for sticking with us, sticking by us. I know we don't, you don't dot every I, you don't cross every T. You're gonna have some mumblers, you're gonna have some grumblers, you're gonna have complainers. Who doesn't? But yet you still go forth and do the best that you can. That's all any of us can do. Thank you, Jeff, for the time.
The person who's been right there with me and making sure that we carry on, the Vice.
Good evening, everyone. As I travel from the Gaston Inn this morning from leaving the school and coming into Jackson, and I saw that construction and seeing the blacktop now on that highway, I start seeing the change in Northampton, almost like we're becoming a place that people are gonna want to come to and come through. When I ride through places on 4-lane highways, I always think I'm going through somewhere. And not that Northampton is not somewhere. And maybe those people who their homes are kind of displaced, some are happy because they're in some better places. And some miss mom and pop's home. But I can tell you Northampton is primed for growth. And I see a lot, and I went to the courthouse over there in Hertford County. I had to get a birth certificate. And I looked at their courthouse and I remembered my first year as a county commissioner, going with that team at that time to visit that complex. And us standing out in the parking lot saying, how are we gonna afford it? Can we cut out this? And we won't need that. And how much would that cost? And we can't raise taxes, so maybe we're planning for it down the road. And to think that down the road, it wasn't our time then. Wasn't our time. But down the road, we get it at no cost to our citizens. And it's not that the former board didn't want to have it, they didn't want to raise your taxes. They cared about you that much. And so I'm just thankful to be able to see those things through, that the people who work and do business in that facility will have an opportunity. And the housing. You have a decline in population, and in some instances, you don't have places for people to live. That's suitable housing. So having more houses, more rooftops, businesses and homes, mean we can increase a lot in our county. Please make sure you continue to share your ideas so that as we're moving forward, we hear your voice. And our county manager, I'm sure he will be happy to hear that. I'm thankful for all the growth that I see. And again, I'm thankful, Chair Tyner, for you staying the course. And not only you, but Commissioner Buffalo. Commissioner Buffalo stepped in at a lot of meetings where us working people couldn't get to. So thank you, Commissioner Buffalo.
You said it for me, Commissioner Buffalo, thank you for being with me. I had no meeting substance without you. Thank God for you being here, because I was in a position of being chairman and then county manager just didn't work out, just wasn't like I wanted it to be. But you all were the ways there with me. I want to say thank you for all the work that you've done. Again, this is just the beginning. Listen to me, folks, what's going to happen in Northampton County. On the drawing table, there is a gas company that's coming to Northampton County. On the drawing table, there are some other opportunities that I can't even tell you about that's coming to Northampton County. The new 95, where Gettysburg, Gaston 95, there's new development coming to Northampton County. Want you to know Northampton County is going to be on the rise. Northampton County is going to do everything we can to bring in, and not bring in, but just keep the people we got in Northampton County. We're going to do everything within our possible reach to do those kinds of things. I thank God for the people that I know. Some folks are listening tonight, some people in Raleigh. I'm thankful for you. Our representatives, I'm thankful for you. For people in DC that we know, we went up and said to them, we got a problem in Northampton County. They heard us. You seen it in the paper. You see how we got more out from the federal government this time. Northampton County got more than any other county in this region. So again, I want to say to you, let's keep our heads up. Let's continue to work together. We ain't got to see eye to eye. We don't have to see that, but at least I tell my church folks, everybody know I'm a pastor, and I tell my church folks, and I've been there for 50 years too. They might get rid of me tomorrow, but I've been there for 50 years. I want you to know that I tell them, can you live with it? We can't satisfy everybody, but can you live with it? That's all we ask. If you can live with it, come on, let's go down the road together to make Northampton County all that we know it can be. Again, thank you for coming tonight. At this time, I'm going to ask that we would go. Do we need to close session tonight? Ernie? Yes, okay. Our board members, we do need just a few minutes of closed session, just a few minutes. Could I have a motion at this time that we go into closed session?
Make a motion that we enter into closed session for personnel, general statute 143, 318, 11A6 for attorney-client privilege, which is 11A3, and we don't need the EDC report.
Second.
With a proper second that we go into closed session according to what the statute that she just read. Are there any questions in discussion? All in favor, let know by you saying aye.
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 Guy Faulkner.
Thank you. Again, thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. If you got anything you need to say, our commissioners are open. You can speak to them, any of us, our new county manager. All we ask you to do is just call up to the office and make a time that you can go in and tell him all that you desire to tell him. He'll listen. I promise you he'll listen. And he's there. He'll be there to help you. Again, thank you.